Simulating creative group processes in a digital environment has become a priority due to the sudden and necessary shift to physical distancing due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Group face-to-face brainstorming is extremely difficult during a crisis where people cannot meet in person or must observe social distancing rules. Due to the need to work from home and continue working with colleagues, many people are using digital tools that were once optional as a core part of their primary work. Although there are many software applications that help designers and artists be creative and move their work into the digital world, these are known as creative support tools or group creativity tools, there have been few designed to support the creative process for people who are not trained in creativity. In the same way that having access to Microsoft Word or Pages doesn't make you an author, nor do these tools make you an artist or a designer. Creativity and the process of creativity is learned and applied, and the digital tools enhance the process and the ability of people who are trained. Some tools have emerged recently, such as Canva, which is a tool for everyday people to design presentations, documents, and infographics. There are also tools that simulate some of the real environment by digitally replicating post-it notes and wall charts, such as Mural. However, there are few tools that replicate the creative thinking process. In face-to-face ideation or creative processes, people are asked to generate ideas, usually off the top of their head, based on a prompt, a challenge, or a set of constraints. Processes such as brainstorming can be done well with a trained facilitator. But often they are done poorly and they're not facilitated well, meaning that the results might be stereotyped, biased, or unimaginative. Furthermore, such processes often suffer from a number of group and cognitive biases. Diversity of members in face-to-face brainstorming or ideation sessions can be both positive and negative. Diversity of experience and knowledge enhances creativity. However, diversity can also complicate relationships, create conflict, and may also make it difficult for groups to reach consensus. So how do we use the benefits, that is the enhanced creativity through diversity, the enhanced experience and knowledge, without the negatives, such as conflict and disagreement? There is also the impact of other things such as social desirability or social conformity biases, which may influence people's decisions about which ideas to include and will cause self-censorship. Other potential biases include things such as social loafing, which means that some people will free ride on other people's ideas and actions. Group pressure, which means that good ideas may fail to emerge due to personality and persuasion of others in the group. There's production blocking, where people may prevent the ideas of others being noticed or heard. And evaluation apprehension, where people fail to reveal their ideas due to a fear of judgment by others. We examined whether creative insight could be improved using electronic brainstorming systems and assessed the benefits of using online in comparison to face-to-face brainstorming. The basis of which we were attempting to overcome the biases mentioned in and around the face-to-face types of brainstorming sessions. To investigate these concerns and possibilities, we designed a study based on the core primary criteria for idea generation from Knoll and Horton, including things such as group size, so large, using both random variation and creative synthesis, mixture of group membership, both introverted and extroverted. We also sought to overcome the inefficiency factors for group creativity, including things such as production blocking, so by providing all participants with individual ability to develop their ideas starting in private, but then work collaboratively once they were ready. Social loafing, by engaging everyone in the process through individual forced participation. Self-censorship, by providing anonymity and encouragement to offer up imaginative and non-traditional ideas. Our design utilised a mixed methods approach to data collection. We collected both qualitative and quantitative data through online brainstorming simulations during MOOC sessions in April to May, and then again in September and October in 2018. Participants from the Leading High Performing Teams, edX, were the ones who participated in the activity as part of the practical activities. Participants interacted with the MOOC interface and submitted comments and answers through the tool created specifically for the simulation. The tool was designed for the simulation as a low-fidelity text-based form interface, and it used a workflow to manage each step of the process. Following a prompt, participants viewed a 10-minute video providing theory on creativity and the process of understanding a problem, analysing influencing factors, and then the design approach to ideation. Participants then accessed the scenario and problem to address. Here is the scenario on the IKEA purchase and transportation of the rug. Essentially, the challenge related to getting an oversized rug that had been purchased at IKEA home. Participants were given focus areas or areas of constraint, such as not spending additional money, or that it had to be done and delivered on the date of purchase, as a way of assisting them with their design challenge. We asked participants to generate 3 separate ideas and then combine these ideas or synthesize these ideas into one solution. To overcome dropout and minimize social loafing, we assigned each solution randomly to another participant to improve and expand on that original idea. Before proceeding to the next step, each participant received 2 ideas randomly from other participants. Participants noted expansions to the ideas and then had to return the ideas to their originator. This was all done within the workflow process. The original owners or creators of the ideas reviewed the changes and noted any additions to their own ideas to see if these could be enhanced. Finally, each participant used any combination of the ideas to come up with their final integrated solution that they would submit to the group for review and assessment. After completing the idea generation and expansion steps, each participant randomly received 3 ideas from other participants to rate on the following criteria. We weighted each of the criteria evenly and generated the final rating as an average score of ratings across the criteria. After all steps were completed, participants received the rating and evaluation for their final idea as rated by their peers. Finally, we invited each participant to comment on the process and describe their perception of the value of brainstorming in the simulated environment. The pre-session responses demonstrated that participants applied the most obvious stereotyped or heuristic solutions for the delivery problem. The majority, that being 65% of the responses, were predominantly in one of 4 categories. 1, get the store to deliver the goods. 2, ask a friend to help. 3, use an Uber taxi solution. Or 4, hire a vehicle to transport the goods. On the screen, it shows the percentage of responses suggested in each category. Only 5.4% of ideas were considered unique, that is, only noted by 1 person. Participants' initial ideas were thematically close to the pre-session ideas in the first round of the brainstorming sessions. There were some unusual ideas appeared as in the first suggestions, such as the use of drones, brokering of services, disassembling the goods, and changing packaging and car sharing. In the second set of draft ideas, participants also suggested other unusual ideas, including disposable roof racks, service depots for collections of goods, and apps with delivery tracking. In addition to the previous rounds, the third brainstorming round added new ideas, including providing additional information for shoppers up front at the checkouts, delivery options with times to be booked, and discounts for other customers to do the delivery for you if they lived in close proximity. So this started to show a level of ingenuity in their combination of ideas. The final integration step produced the greatest number of total idea suggestions. Of these, there were 132 responses. Participants generated 46 ideas or idea characteristics. 24 of the 46 idea categoristics were unique, 52%. The use of Uber in some way was included in approximately 40 suggestions, so 6 different idea categories, and the use of an app featured in 21 suggestions. After the integration of the ideas, a strong trend emerged away from ideas relating to the shop, managing or resolving the delivery problem, and similarly for people doing self-delivery. Ideas in the integration round were more detailed and had much more focus on vehicle or delivery service sharing. They also looked more at complete solutions, the use of an app for booking, and features that were not mentioned in the pre-session idea generation step. These are really important things that happened in the integration. All final ideas generated from the e-brainstorming process were significantly different from the pre-session ideas. Most of the obvious ideas that were generated pre-session were abandoned after the initial drafting of the first 3 ideas. Participants reported an improvement in their own thinking process and how they developed their ideas. They also believed the tool helped them to overcome some of their own thinking bias, which in turn appeared to increase individual creative confidence. The results also demonstrated the influence of existing knowledge and metaphors on the idea generation process. Many people referred to the use of innovations such as Uber, taxis, or apps as part of the model to build their solution. Participants also used fantasy concepts to extend ideas such as flying carpets and teleportation. The use of reference was an important part of the creative process. The simulations revealed a diverse range of possible solutions and many original ideas. The digital environment provided opportunity for participation regardless of location and was accessible to all who agreed to participate. The simulation showed that brainstorming was effective in the digital environment when used with the correct stimulus and appropriate process and feedback mechanisms for participants. Very few participants, that was 3, provided minimal answers without much detail. However, these, I guess you would call them free riders, did not appear to have an impact on the group creative process. Ideas provided by those participants were absorbed by the group and extended. So social isolation did not appear to impede the creative process either. In some cases, participants noted that they felt safer in the anonymous and remote environment. A significant advantage of the online environment was the detailed preparation of description and the division of the problem into segments for focus areas. Understanding and defining problems so that the focused ideation could occur is a necessary step for the brainstorming process. The focus areas also impacted the group outcome. The cost group generated more ideas, but the time group generated higher quality ideas. Therefore, it is likely that the focus areas are an important consideration in the idea generation process, and poorly developed focus constructs will add to complexity. Future research should identify tools that assist problem definition and understanding for improved digital collaboration. The simulations revealed a diverse range of possible solutions and many original ideas. The online environment also provided mandatory focus on extension of other people's ideas. As ideas were randomly assigned, participants were forced to contribute to an idea despite individual perceptions of value or quality before moving on to the next task. The necessity to build on ideas that were unrelated, diverse, and obscure from a participant's own concepts compelled additional creativity for participants to complete their task. The feedback of expanded ideas enabled the original idea to be advanced and developed without fear of judgment. Final ideas contain supplementary detail not normally included in traditional face-to-face brainstorming processes. Furthermore, the structured digital process meant that all ideas were automatically captured, categorized, and expanded, creating efficiencies in documentation of brainstorming outputs. As a consequence of this research, we developed the following minimal viable product, SparkTank. This new tool that we have developed is a way of operationalizing what is normally only something that is created for use in experiments in an academic environment. It has been designed for both designers, but also lay people to use in a digital and remote world. Come and try out our SparkTank app today. All feedback is welcome as we want to make it better for you as practitioners. Please send any feedback to me personally at joannelangham@sparktank.com.au. Thanks a lot for listening today. Good luck and be creative.